What was the hot topic?
The hot topic was 141 modernization. Honestly, it was a bit of a spectacle to watch.
One of the really cool things that I had not given thought to was putting all your squawks into Claude. One of the flight school owners told us that he found that one of his instructors 3 different times had oversped the flaps.
He announced another $10,000 scholarship. If you have over 25 flight hours, you must apply for a scholarship. We went from 300 people to like 430 people. Next year is going to be even bigger, even better. Lots of connections were made.
Welcome to the Aviation Mentors Podcast, the podcast that takes your dreams of flight and turns it into reality.
Sponsored by Strass Financial, financing your flight training.
For pilots, by pilots. I'm Brandon Martini, a commercial pilot and flight instructor.
And I'm Carson Vasquez, I'm a private pilot.
Whether you're a seasoned pilot or beginner with dreams of flight,
Aviation Mentors is your source for expert insights, industry trends, and inspiring stories.
So fasten your seatbelts and prepare for this incredible journey through the skies.
And stay connected with us on social media for exclusive content.
And visit our website at www.aviationmentors.com and let us be your co-pilot on this adventure.
Welcome back, everybody, to another awesome and, of course, amazing episode of the Aviation Mentors Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can't tell, this is Brandon. My voice is very messed up this morning.
I gotta take my glasses off. I think I'm getting a virus on them.
Yeah,
a little cloudy.
From me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are watching us, me and Carson are sitting a little bit further apart today.
I try to sit more than 6 feet apart, but something about the camera wouldn't fit us, and it would look weird. And I was like, "Come a little closer." And I was like, "No, I'll stay as far away as I can."
Mm-hmm. Yes. A little closer now. A little bit more.
Oh, I can see.
Hello, Carson.
This was close, so I'm good.
Yeah, about 3-4 days ago, I started getting tickle in my throat, and I knew, oh, it's coming on soon. And then
Talk that way, by the way.
AI ill. Yes, exactly. And yesterday, I lost my voice fully in the morning, which I don't know if you even noticed about my voice yesterday when I was on that Zoom call with you.
You sounded dead.
Yes.
Dead.
And today, I feel alive, but my voice is still a little bit dead. The end of the day, I actually have it back. Yesterday, I had it back fully at the end of that yesterday. That's why I figured I can do this podcast. But
Have you considered drinking water? Was that?
I've been drinking water, believe it or not, included.
I don't see any water on your desk.
I know, you see Celsius.
I see bubbles. Oh, have you tried ginger ale?
I like ginger ale, yes.
Ginger ale fixed it.
I'm sure it will. I also had orange juice with vitamin C on the way here this morning.
Wow, I have some vitamin C pills. I think you need to just take them.
Maybe I'll take them. All right. Well, I digress about my sickness. I feel fine to record. My voice just doesn't sound great. So sorry if you have to listen to this raspy one. My son told me this morning when I was bringing him to school, he said, "Dad, you sound like Optimus Prime." I said, "The Autobots are coming."
Autobots, roll out.
So it's getting better the more you talk. It's okay.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. All right, Carson. Well, since my voice is a little messed up, we're going to allow you to do a little bit more talking today than I normally do.
Wow. You know, it's funny that you say that because today we're talking about AeroSummit and how it went. We just got back.
Went amazing.
It went amazing. Tons of people showed up. It was all the panels, all the discussions were really informative and great. There was one that we'll get into in a little bit that got spicy. It was awesome. But besides that, there was Sean from the Future in Flight podcast. And he said that
What an awesome guy.
he's awesome. And I told him that it's like, yeah, we listen to you. I was like, I put on a podcast to fall asleep. And I told
wow, that sounds rude.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, did you see what you said?
Yeah,
right there?
no, I totally caught it after I said it, and he was like, "No, that's okay." He was like, I understand I'm a little boring," and he's like,
Has an amazing
he's
radio
so
voice.
exciting. He has a perfect MC and radio voice.
He does.
It's just I like to listen to things that I enjoy when I fall asleep, and I realized how it sounded afterwards. But he was telling me he did an interview with Brandon. He was like, "Oh man, I see how you are on the podcast." He was like, "You guys are going off topic, and you're just wrangling him the whole time." And I was like, "Yeah," and he has to do it back to me. We just have ADHD, and we just keep talking over each other and going on tangents.
Undiagnosed FAA.
It's
I can't even talk today. FAA.
undiagnosed, but we're pretty sure. And I was just like, yeah, like all these diatribes that Brand likes to go on. That's just how our brains work. That's why we get along so well, and it's how we talk all the time. And he was like, yeah, no, I totally understand it. And then I got to do an episode with him. I was his closer. I was the pinch hitter.
Oh, nice.
For the entire event. Is right in front of the registration table. maybe like 10 yards away. He has like a little podcast set up and 2 mics, and he was just interviewing people nonstop. He had a huge list on people he wanted to hit. He got through, I think, pretty much all of them. And he was like, "Hey, you got a second?" This is like right when like the final after party, the closing was happening. And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And it was awesome. He's really good at doing podcasts.
He's fantastic.
Oh, that's interesting.
He really is.
But for the rest of today, we're going to talk about AeroSummit, what went right, and the big thing that went wrong, which was just how freaking humid it was.
Oh, I knew that was gonna.
gosh.
Oh, we're talking about the golf. So
Yeah.
listen to this. So I wanted to do a golf tournament so badly.
Hold on, let me preface this with Brandon always is great for 18 holes. He can probably do another 18 right after.
Yeah.
He loves the 19th hole, of course.
Yeah.
And I have never seen him call it quits. He's given me a lot of crap before when I've called it quits just from being sick or hurt or something. And I'll let you go ahead.
So we had an amazing event sponsored by Technum for the golf tournament. I wanted to have a golf tournament so badly. I love golf. If you're an avid listener, you listen to us every once in a while, and I talk about golf. I talk about golf and I talk about wine. Those are my two things that I like outside of here, right? Speaking of, wine bar is going amazing. Maybe we should post some pics of the wine bar.
Yeah, you sent me a lot of cool ones lately.
Check out Solera on Facebook or Instagram. The parallel marketing team's been handling most of my social media. Sometimes it's me.
No wonder it looks good.
You can normally tell when it's me. It
Oh, I
doesn't
can.
look as good.
Forward.
But I always wanted to do a golf tournament. So we decided we were going to do this golf tournament. And we had like, I don't know, 36 participants or something like that. So
It was pretty full.
it was a pretty full golf tournament. I was pretty excited about it. We did like a pre-breakfast / or brunch, lunch, whatever you want to call it, where we introduced Aviators for Autism, my friend Antonio, and his entire crew, including his wonderful sister and other people that are part of his organization, which was fantastic. We had such a good time in that little part. And then we went on the golf course and it was so hot. And by the way, we had to move our entire like welcome reception for the golf tournament indoors because it was raining, pouring rain, literally like cats and dogs all over the place.
But it was still sunny outside, which is Florida in a nutshell, I think.
Exactly. And so we moved it inside. We had a lot of fun with it, but it got so hot and humid. It was unbelievable. So I ended up calling it quits at like hole 14. We were also running out of time. We had to get to AeroQuest, which is our opening party that we did at an airport, giant hangar. And Carson, I'll let you tell about AeroQuest, but that's why I had to quit at like 13 or 15 holes or whatever it was, because it was so
And it was a huge
darn
golf
hot.
course. Like the distance between every hole that you had to
It was like
drive,
a 6,500,
it was
huge. And we were going scramble even, which was even crazier.
Brant and I both got I always take pictures like the wildlife on the courses.
Oh my God, this is kind of funny.
And I took a video, and well, anyway, Brandon showed me a picture, and he was like, "Look at this raccoon I saw."
And
And it was like
he's like climbing up.
it was
They're
like
looking at us on video. It's
soaking
like,
wet.
oh, what's up, raccoon?
Soaking wet raccoon. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to know how that raccoon got wet?" And I showed him the video that I took of the same raccoon who was swimming into the water looking for food. And I was like, "Man, that is my brother from another mother."
And it was like 30-minute difference. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was like, "What are the odds that we both see the raccoon in this little swamp? We both take pictures and videos of it, and we both try and show each other."
I know. So funny.
It was funny, but it was a lot of fun. The only downside, and I have to give an apology to Kelsey, we started getting burnt real bad.
It's
And
because your skin is so light, Carson.
well, that too, but we were putting on sunscreen.
Aren't you half Mexican?
I am. Yeah, my dad called me a sweet potato.
A sweet potato. I mean, I'm 1/16th, and look how much darker I got.
Yeah, dark. We kept putting on sunscreen, and then we kept getting burnt, and we just didn't understand why we were getting so burnt. And we looked at the bottle, and it was the only travel size bottle that I had, and it had expired in 2021, which means I had bought it during or before COVID.
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, no wonder we're getting burnt."
You should have went 2 holes ahead or behind wherever I was at.
And asked anyone else.
Well, ask actually anybody else, but I had a spray and the lotion always in my bag for when I don't use it.
Yeah, you never use it.
Like this
I
weekend.
have to force you to put on sunscreen to go golf
You do? Yeah.
after Costa Rica. Never again.
Lobster.
Anyway, after that, we went to AeroQuest, and we bussed everyone over from the Marriott Resort.
What a nice bus.
That was cool. That
It
really
was
cool.
such a
It's like
beautiful
this little travel bus. Not a Greyhound bus.
I know.
It was
I normally like
nice.
take an Uber to get to the events. I don't really want to talk to everybody because my social battery dies a little bit.
Crap.
and I just need like 30 minutes or an hour to recoup. And Leslie convinced me to take the bus because it was so far away and the Uber was so expensive.
Yeah, it was like $80. I checked.
I was going to take the black car. It was going to be like $200.
Oh no, I got it.
Hence me getting on the bus.
Yeah. So we're taking the buses over, and we get there. They have a full open bar set up, which everyone seemed to really enjoy. And they had all these planes on exhibit. They had Pipers, Technums. Am I missing anything, or was it just Piper and Technum?
I think it was just them. I know Cirrus came. They didn't bring an aircraft though. But yeah, Technum was the big winner. They brought a ton of planes. There were like 5 aircraft. It was really
it
cool.
was a ton of
They even
planes.
lit up the wings, lit up the engine compartments. It was so rad.
It was gorgeous. And
You must check out the AeroSummit, like all the socials, because you'll see all of the killer pictures and videos that we took.
yeah, I've never seen cool planes on display like that. And Technum's definitely taken a big win. So it was really cool. They had all the exhibits. They had a DJ.
I definitely want to thank Piper for coming as well. I mean, we're going to tag them in here too. They are awesome. And Carly, the sales manager over there, she is killer person. If you are looking for a Piper, you should definitely go hit them up. They're fantastic people to work with.
Yeah, I didn't count how many Technos because I love Pipers. So I was looking at all the Pipers and just
I know,
basking their little
but
glory.
the guys from Techno were so cool. I mean, we did, with them the whole week, and
Didn't we have
and
the
they were a
Adventures?
premier sponsor of ours, and they're such cool people, and I want to thank Techno as well.
It was really great. But we had the DJ there and blasting music the whole time, and it was just like a mixer, like a cocktail hour mixer, for a couple hours, and everyone was having a real blast.
Oh my God, you didn't mention the paella.
I didn't have the pie.
You missed out.
Not a
So
pie.
we had food there that was so amazing, and we had this homemade paella. It was great. I only had a little bit of it, and I'm so sad.
You want to fly back for more?
No, but on my 4th of July party, I hired a paella man.
No.
I did. I hired him last night.
My dad asked if I had plans for the 4th of July, and I was like, yeah.
The answer is always
I got
yes.
plans.
The
All
only
plans.
time was last year because I was in Europe. But if you're a big fan, you want to come to my 4th of July party, you message me and you're in Southern California. You know what?
Do it. This is the big
I'll allow 2 of my fans plus 1.
plus one each.
Yeah, 1 each.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the big 250.
It's a big 250.
I have big expectations for you.
Oh, I'm going huge.
Okay, good. I'll
Don't
refill
worry.
the tanks.
You should see the costume I got.
You got a costume?
Of course I got a costume.
I was gonna get the
So just for reference, Christmas time, I had like 10 outfit changes.
literally 10. Every time we look at him, he would be walking away and coming back with something new on. Every single time.
I'm not doing that this year.
No, you just have one good one.
Oh, no. I'm not giving away all my secrets for 4th of July.
All right. Well, I got an American flag Speedo, so
Oh,
not for you to
wonderful.
top that.
This is a kids-friendly show, Carson.
Okay.
No one wants to see that.
Someone wants to, and her name is Maddie. And
Perfect.
you know what? We're
Good
getting
for
married
you.
this year first.
Glad you're getting married.
But it was incredible. And then we had a 50-50 raffle, and I won the 50-50 raffle.
I know. You're welcome.
Brandon did stake me. I will admit he staked my $20. But I won the raffle, and I felt terrible about it because the other half was going to Aviators for Autism, and I feel like I took money away from Aviators for Autism.
You could have handed it back.
I tried. He said no. He said this is how it works.
What a good guy.
He was a good guy. So I'll make a donation later.
You should. Donate
felt
$30 or $50, whatever it was. Yeah. Very cool.
But then Stratus, Brandon, both got the chance to go hand over a giant check to Aviators for Autism, and that was really cool.
No one knew about it.
No one
for
knew.
the
Brandon
marketing
just started
team.
gathering everyone, and I was like, okay, well, why are we getting gathered like sheep? And we all came into like the entrance of the hangar, and Brandon took the mic and got to announce a big check.
Yeah, I handed him, like, if you're watching this on YouTube, it was like, I don't know, I'm showing you
It
on
was a
size.
small big check.
It was a small big check. It was like 4 feet by 18 inches or something. We couldn't get anything bigger because they couldn't really ship it to us without it getting damaged, and I wanted it to be a solid big check.
That was really cool though.
So cool.
So that was awesome. And then we wrapped up the night.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah.
Wrapped up the night.
I went home and knocked out because we're out late the night before, which with dinners and stuff.
Yeah, I think I went. I actually went to like the hotel area, and we all had cigars and had a glass of wine and met some of the attendees and vendors. And
The biggest thing
actually, that was kind of a earlier night. Actually, it was nice.
that was
It was nice.
I still ended up getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I'd catch up on work. I think everyone did. I think
Yeah.
girls kind of use the night to catch up
To
on what
catch up.
happened during the day.
I know I use the mornings because the team has the mornings really, really handled, and I would just work in the mornings, which was nice before everybody in the US or the West Coast wakes up.
Yeah, the Filipinos probably appreciate it.
I'm sure they did.
So my team would just wake up to a whole list of like a laundry list of things to do and questions I had asked, and like 10 messages each.
But then we had our first day where Anthony and I were actually down on stage, and we had a little conversation with the crowd and thanked everybody for being there. And then we had Stephanie. I never say her last name right. I feel so bad, but Stephanie Getz. If you check her out, you'll
She's
see
the
her
girl
on
with the
Harrison.
L39.
She's got the bright pink L39, full of energy.
And so is she. She is just crazy.
She is just
She's
an awesome
so
person.
out there and ready to talk and just get people excited about aviation.
Honestly, I've only talked to her in passing, but later on that night, after the entire day, we have our VIP reception type of dinner. We invite our
Someone got a
speakers.
picture of you guys talking. It was
Oh, that's
a really
great.
good picture.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I need to find that. But she's such a wonderful person. We talked for probably 10, 15 minutes, and that was really the first time we ever had in-depth conversations. So, yeah, that was great.
I mean, the whole thing was about networking and everything from like all the intro and the sessions that we had, all the way out to these VIP dinners and cocktail hours. It was just about talking to people. I talked to the pilot who flew Stratus 1, which was really cool. I don't know if you guys know just Cessna 172, and I think it's out of Missouri.
No, it's out of San Diego.
No, there's another one. It was made in San Diego, and then flown to.
Oh, they flew it to Kansas, and they flew it to us, but it lives in San Diego full time. Yeah, we can go fly it. I already asked him.
Oh, dude, I want to go fly it. It's not fair.
Oh, sidebar. I had somebody reach out that was at AeroSummit and thanked us for the YouTube videos. He said he watches them every week. So if you're on here listening, I'm sorry I can't remember your name because I met so many people, but thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
listen,
someone wants to lick my face.
not yours, Carson.
Okay, someone's. But it was really incredible. So as I was talking to the pilot of Stratus 1, I was trying to get him to give me a little flight because I've always wanted to go down to Cape Canaveral and go fly around there. I thought that was awesome, and he was willing to, but just it didn't work out. I scheduled. I would have had to change my flight like an extra 4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit much.
It wasn't gonna work.
Mm.
But it was all.
You'd be getting home like today.
Yeah. I couldn't handle humidity for like 4 days. But we were talking and we were just sharing some war stories. I've had a couple with you, and we're talking about the first time I took the Duchess with you to go and do a test flight, and it was right after both engines were overhauled. And I'm sure I've shared this story, but the short story is that Brandon said, "Hey, let's go for a flight." Gave me a notebook with a pen and said, "Just start writing down what I'm saying," and just started listing like squawks and problems that he was finding. And we took off, and he was like, "Hey, just letting you know, both engines were overhauled. This is the test flight." And immediately I started panicking because I didn't want to be in a death trap. And he was like, "No, I have faith in Rich. We're good." And I do too after that flight, by the way. I'm still here. He's like, "We're just going to orbit the airport and, like 5,000 feet. And if anything goes wrong, we'll be able to land." And I imagine my little student pilot and soul. And I was just like, "Brandon, this is terrifying to me. You're listing things that are wrong."
I know.
And I had to list like 25 things. And there were small things like oil pressure gauge. And there was nothing.
Small things are like oil pressure gauge. That's
Well,
a
as a
big thing.
in the terms of what could have gone wrong, yeah, that was a pretty small.
Oh, it was like it was a test maintenance flight.
Yes,
There was a lot of little
made
things that
voyage.
we wanted fixed. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, sounds kind of crazy. Like this dude just put him in the plane, and then after they took off, said what they were doing." And then Brandon came over, just happened to.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't even planned.
It was immediate validation of everything that I had just said, and I was like, "See, I'm not lying."
And I don't even know how it even got brought up.
I don't. You came over and started talking about it immediately.
Somebody asked a question where it like kind of led
It
you to
was
that.
just like talking about Duchesses, and he was like, "Oh yeah, anytime someone has a Duchess or Duchess hours, I assume they're from SoCal."
Yeah, well, I think that it was we were talking about what gets us excited about flying, and I was like, just like flying around the pattern doesn't really get me excited. Maintenance flights get me excited because things can go wrong, and I said that makes me a little crazy. But one time I took Carson up in the Duchess, and
And
that's
then I was like, and I just told him about that. Like immediate vindication. I'm not crazy. I didn't lie a single time. No embellishment. I told you guys the straight truth, and it was so funny. But it was good to just make those kind of personal connections, share stories, and learn about other people, their journey through flight training. That the guy flew it over as a CFI right now, and looking to get hired by the airlines. We're talking about that, which leads me to some of our
And I
sponsors.
talked to his owner Eddie.
Did you?
I talked to the owner Eddie and Paul Wins. They're super great guys. And also talked to Eddie's son, who's handling all their marketing stuff, and really got to connect with him kind of at the end of the show. But I told Eddie, I said, Eddie, when can I go fly your plane? And he said, well, I don't have my private yet, so you get to fly it. I said, well, guess what? CFI Brandon's here and you get to log it. And he was really excited about that. So I am stoked to go fly that airplane with him.
It's a good thing you always stay current on it.
I know, always on 172s at least.
Still 72s.
You know what time it is, Carson?
Time's up, Brandon.
It's time to talk about one of our favorite companies.
Which company would that be?
Aviation Mentors is excited to be sponsored by the one and only Stratus Financial, dedicated to supporting the next generation of future aviators.
Stratus Financial really understands the financial challenges that students face in pursuing their aviation dreams. That's why they offer student loans specifically tailored to aspiring pilots.
With competitive rates and flexible repayment plans, Stratus Financial helps take your aviation education to new heights.
So go visit their website today at www.stratus.finance. Just to be clear, that is not .com, it's .finance. And embark on your journey towards a sky full of possibilities.
Carson, it's time to get back to what we do best.
The show.
The show.
That brings me to some of our sponsors that we had. Can you remind me? We had Piedmont. I know we talked about sponsors last time, so we don't need to list them all. But we had Piedmont, Piper. Those are the two ones I was really excited about. The Piedmont guy got lots of attention. There were students and CFIs walking around. One guy, he left his binder and he sprinted back over. He's like, "This is my resumes." And I was like, "Oh, it's okay, buddy. We're not going to take them. If anything, we'll give them to Piedmont and be like, hey, we found these for you."
Yeah.
But it was awesome, and everyone was just so excited. And we had the CFI track and the flight school track, so two different areas that we kind of took things.
And the flight school one is kind of our main one, but some of the other ones they're also,
That was cool.
they're smaller. They're like 20. I think our biggest session we had like 40 people in.
was
Most
my
of them
session.
were like 20 sessions.
It was my session.
Was it your session?
Yeah, everyone came to mine.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, mine was pretty full.
Mine only had like maybe 10, 12 people in it.
Well, I was telling people to skip it. So
But mine was about financing. It was not fun. Yeah.
Oh, mine was about AI and how it's helping flight schools, and it was something I actually had to give some thought
Oh,
to.
we talking about the sessions with the kids, or are we talking about the sessions for AeroSummit?
for AeroSummit.
Oh, I was talking about the kids. We'll digress. Mine had a ton of people too for the other session.
CFI session?
CFI session I was talking. Did you have a CFI session?
CFI sessions kids?
They're mostly kids compared to me.
Oh yeah, you're old.
I'm old.
No, I didn't do a CFI session. I only did one for flight schools.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, let's divert over to there.
So we were talking about how AI is helping in flight training, and it's not so much in the cockpit. Although there are a couple of really cool things. There's I keep seeing Pilot GPT everywhere. It just helps you.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
What is it?
It looks like a program that's trained on just aviation data solely. So it looks pretty cool. But I think that's the only real thing I've seen in the cockpit. So most of the things that we're talking about, we're really just discussing how it's going to help flight school operations. So I was on there with Tim from Right Rudder Marketing, who is one of our top title sponsors, right?
Right Runner Marketing's title sponsor along with 4 Forces. By the way, if you're a flight school and you need leads, Tim's not cheap. You know why things aren't cheap?
Because they're good.
Because they're worth it.
Yeah, he had his whole team. I was talking to one of his new hires, and I don't remember what her job title was, but it was something with marketing. Go figure.
Yeah, go
And
figure.
she was just telling me how excited she was and how she felt the culture of the company right off the bat. And I was like, yeah, no doubt. We've had Tim on the podcast. He's an awesome dude. And then I got to be on the panel with him. So I met him, met up with him about 10, 15 minutes beforehand. And we were just talking about, what direction we wanted to take it. Because we had a moderator who was very experienced, Jamil. He has a company called Aviation Start, who's helping people find scholarships in flight training, which I think is pretty awesome. It's something that's pretty difficult and a lot of students are really scared to do. So I'd go check him out too. But we were just talking about what AI could do. And one of the really cool things that I had not given thought to was putting all your squawks into Claude and comparing it with the flight data, who's on that flight, and seeing who's breaking the planes. And one of the flight school owners told us that he found that one of his instructors 3 different times had oversped the flaps. And it was that instructor, and the squawk came right after him, and that was who was breaking the flaps. And it's just telling you, not, I'm gonna go fire this guy who's breaking my planes. But
It could. It definitely could.
you could, but I think it's more of a retraining and kind of telling who's deficient and who's deficient in something enough to go and break a plane on it multiple times. So I thought that was fascinating.
By the way, overspeeding flaps is a serious problem. If you are an instructor and you're overspeeding the flaps because you're going to hurry, or you're a student that's in a little bit of a hurry and overspeeding flaps, you're hurting the airplane really, really bad. You should see what happens when flaps are really oversped. Things bend.
I've seen it. It's terrifying.
I've seen it happen before, not with any of my planes, luckily, but I've seen where they are constantly like barely oversped, and it ruins gaps. It ruins
Actual functionality.
It ruins motors, ruins all sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen one comes down on only one side because it's broken. Then you have asymmetrical flaps, which is
They need to go up.
significantly worse.
That's a very bad problem.
Yeah, but imagine you didn't know, and then you started flying. Then you have asymmetrical flaps, and you're trying to land. You're like, oh, this is terrible.
There's a reason why it's on the checklist to check the flaps.
Of course there is. But anyway, it was a really good session. What was your session about?
I did one on Mosaic, which was very, very eye-opening. A lot of people know about Mosaic, and we were kind of talking about just some of the misnomers in Mosaic on what people think about, especially with medicals, and how you can just fly with a driver's license now. And we talked about that type of stuff. We also talked from an OEM, and we heard from the owner of Technum. I think he calls himself managing director. We talked to Giovanni about what they expect to change in the future, or what can be changed. Things like that.
What was the hot topic?
Oh, we did have a hot topic.
Might as well
Hot
tell
topic.
everyone.
I'll tell everyone. Hot topic was 141 modernization. So NFTA, National Flight Training Alliance, ended up creating this report over the past, 8-9 months, or maybe a year. And they submitted to the FAA. And there's a lot of misnomers what this report is. And a lot of people thought that this report was like an FAA created document. The FAA had input and helped with the document, but it was all from industry leaders. I think, don't quote me on the exact number, but there was almost 100 people or organizations that went into working on this document. And then there was another organization who says they support flight schools, that is very much against it. And honestly, it was a bit of a spectacle to watch. Carson said it was a little heated up there. I would agree. But I would also say that everybody on that stage, even the person there was only one person who dissented. They were very calm. They were very open to ideas. But
No, it was passionate. It wasn't loud.
it was
angry.
passionate.
It was just
It was a
everyone
debate. It felt like a debate on stage a little bit. And it was the last session of the first night. I can't say
It
that we
was a
didn't
good
do that on
closer.
purpose or not. But
I think everything there was done on purpose, Brandon.
Carson, we're professionals.
Of course.
We do everything on purpose.
Did you do this, or was it parallel?
I don't want to comment on this.
Oh yeah, it was parallel.
It might have been me.
Oh no, I meant the entire thing.
Oh, the whole thing was parallel.
Yeah, no, I know that you put that on the first night, and then we had a mixer right after. So no hands were thrown. No, it was calm.
No, I mean, I talked about
scholarly
them after,
It was,
and I think they both appreciated the differences of opinion.
and also the room to speak on it. A lot of people just will take to an online, forum, like even Facebook, and then you just get a bunch of crap in it. This was a really good, well structured debate.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It was a lot of fun.
So, I mean, outside of that, day 2 was just kind of a midday session. Ended kind of early. A lot of people were trying to get out of there because there was a lot of weather happening and flights were getting canceled. So unfortunately, a lot of our sponsors even started leaving earlier in the morning because they didn't want to miss their rescheduled flights because of the bad weather around the southeast.
Brandon was going to leave, the next day. He was about to move his flight, and I told him, hey, that's, kind of a lot of money to move your flight. He's like, well, what flight are you on?
Oh, this is fine.
I said, oh, I'm flying JetBlue, leaving like around 8:30. I'll get home at like 11.
I said,
The time change.
are you sure it's not 8:05?
And I checked, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, it's 8:05."
I said, perfect. We're taking a Uber together to the airport.
It's like, "Perfect." And then he
And
had,
gone. Yeah, me
yeah,
and him had
and
gone.
done. And then he had someone who was waiting to pick us up already, and take us home, drop me off, and, it was perfect
Just
timing.
ended up working out nice.
And funny enough, we're almost, on the same flight there. He was on the same flight as Anthony, our co-CEO.
Yeah.
And,
And we didn't even know because we all booked our own flights.
and I was like, "Dude, we have to communicate this better." You know,
Yeah.
we all could have been on the same flight there, same flight back. Uh, but good thing you didn't. I saved you money.
You did. You
Couple
did.
going on report.
I was, yeah, it should go in your report. I was going to stay for an extra day. Everyone was asking me to stay. And it's like, it's better if I get home.
All the local people are just having a good time, and they wanted you to stay.
I know. And I was having a good time and I wanted to, and it was Friday night.
But
But
Miami is definitely your vibe.
I mean, I do have fun in Miami, but you know what? I have stuff to get done. Work is to be done first.
Do you
I
have
can
a
go
wine
back to
bar or
Miami.
something opening?
Yeah, wine bar might be open
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
that's
week and a
important.
half or so. So
But
that's
anyway, it was a really great AeroSummit. Yeah, definitely better than last year. I thought last year was already a huge hit. Got lots of people to come out. I think we had nearly double.
I think this year AeroSummit or next year AeroSummit will be in California.
Oh, I've been begging for this.
I am so excited.
That or I was also cool with Denver. I thought that would be nice, just so it was a little cooler.
Well, we
Uh,
talked about Denver, but it would have been a couple hours south of Denver, which is
No,
kind of,
it would have been a hike, and no one wants to do a hike. Everyone wants to be into a local airport. And it was nice and easy. Miami was like 15, 20 minutes away.
exactly.
There was no problem. But next year's Aero Summit, we're really heavily leaning towards California. And considering the outcome of the last two Aero Summits, I think a third one obviously is going to be a lot better and bigger.
I mean, we went from 300 people to like 430 people or something like that this year. Next year is going to be even bigger, even better. Lots of connections were made. But let's talk about the scholarship that I got to announce over at AeroSummit before we close up today. We announced another $10,000 scholarship, and Mark will put it in the show notes below. You must. If you have over 25 flight hours, you must apply for our scholarship. We make you jump through a few hurdles. We want to get a little bit of visibility out there for your need and our cause. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of work. But is the work worth $10,000? It's just posting a few things on social media.
Yeah,
Post it-
not difficult. And there's
Post it on your real social. Don't create one just for AeroSummit, by the way,
uh,
or just for the scholarship.
no,
It's pretty easy when you have 0 followers and like, oh, look what we put down here. Guess what? Those people don't win.
Yeah, and posting on your normal social media accounts, all your followers already know that you're in aviation. They want to hear about it, and you're gonna get all the cute little family comments like, "Oh, I'm helping, rooting for you, so excited." And that's something that's it's touching to see. I always look at those too.
And it's 10 grand.
Yeah, it's
It's
10
one of the
grand.
biggest, I think, in the industry,
I think so.
given to one person.
I mean, what did you start with the first time? Was it 5 or
5.
5? That's awesome. I was so happy you got to announce it again. I wasn't, no one said anything about it.
And I think last year we gave a runner up, I think, for like 2 grand or 2,500 or something too.
Yeah, I saw that one. There was 2 that Brandon was like, "Oh,
There's
I can't decide."
Yeah, there's no saying that we're going to do that, but maybe.
No, it's always worth applying.
All
But
right.
there's one last thing to mention, and this is something that I just found out about, and I just found out I was invited to it.
Nice.
Yeah, super cool.
Nice.
So it's called the Ascend Flight Training Summit. It's gonna be in Dallas between September 8th through the 10th. And Brandon, can you tell me a little bit more about what it is?
Yeah, no problem. It's with NAFI, the National Association of Flight Instructors. They're an incredible group of people. They've been doing their own show for several years now. We decided to team up with them to put our production quality and their network all together and create the Ascend Flight Training Summit. That's going to be for flight instructors and mostly for people that are in the flight training industry. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And that's going to be in Dallas, September 8th through 10th. You're not going to want to miss that, especially if you're a flight instructor or an aspiring pilot trying to do something new in this world. And we're going to have sponsors from all the airlines, all the main vendors that you need to meet as a upcoming a professional in this industry, including resume helpers, like I said, different airlines, regional and majors, etc. So you're going to definitely want to be there. Outside of that, I think that's all we've got for today. It's been a nice, about 30-minute episode or so. If you'd like to reach out to either one of us, as always, you can reach us on our emails, brandon@aviationmentors.com, Carson @ or producer Mark. It is producer @. Look for us on LinkedIn. That is probably the best place. See, my sickness is coming to me now. reach out to us on LinkedIn. That's the best way to follow along on our journey in aviation and everything that we've got going on professionally. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share everything that you normally do on whatever social media that you're either listening to us on, streaming us on, or watching us on if you are lucky enough to be watching us on YouTube. It's a huge part of helping us grow the podcast and, of course, helping the aviation community to grow. We thank you so much.
You know, I'm laughing because it's so funny. When I was doing the Future in Flight podcast with Sean,
Yes.
he was like, hey, you know, where can we find you guys? And I gave our same outfit.
I love it.
And I know you did pretty much the same thing. And he was like, man, you spend too much time around Brandon. That's almost exactly what he said. So anyway, everybody, as we wrap up for the day, remember, here to guide you in your aviation journey. So fly safe and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.